What's up everybody, it's Callion Digital here and we're diving deep into the world of code optimization. It's kind of like fine-tuning a high-performance engine, but instead of greasy parts, we're dealing with lines of code. Our goal boosts speed, shrink file sizes, and even save some power along the way. Whether you're a seasoned developer or just starting out, writing clean and efficient code is key. It's the difference between a website that loads in a snap and one that makes your users want to chuck their phone across the room. Trust me, we've all been there. So, over the next few minutes, we're breaking down the essential techniques and tools that will transform your code from sluggish to lightning fast. We're talking speed optimization, minification, and the magic of minifiers, all designed to make your code leaner and meaner. Let's get started. First up, let's talk speed. We all want our code to run as fast as possible, right? Like nobody's ever complained about their website loading too quickly. Speed optimization is all about finding those bottlenecks in your code and streamlining them. Think of it like optimizing a racing car. Every millisecond shaved off counts. One of the most effective ways to boost speed is by optimizing your algorithms. An algorithm is basically a set of instructions that tells your computer how to solve a problem. And just like there are multiple routes to get to a destination, there are multiple algorithms to solve the same problem. Some algorithms are just inherently faster than others. So taking the time to understand the problem you're trying to solve and choosing the most efficient algorithm can make a huge difference. Next up, we have to talk about complexity. No, I don't mean how confusing your code is, though that's important too. I'm talking about the computational complexity of your operations. Simply put, some operations are more demanding on your system than others. For example, performing a simple calculation is going to be much faster than, say, sorting a massive dataset. So, by reducing the complexity of your operations, you can significantly improve your code's speed. This might involve breaking down complex tasks into smaller, more manageable ones, or using data structures that are optimized for specific operations. Finally, let's not forget about system resources. Your code doesn't operate in a vacuum. It's using your computer's CPU, memory, and other resources. And just like you wouldn't want to run a marathon with a backpack full of rocks, you don't want your code to be weighed down by unnecessary baggage. So, optimizing your code for resource usage is crucial. This could involve things like efficient memory management, minimizing disk I/O operations, or even using asynchronous programming techniques to prevent your code from blocking. By focusing on these key areas, algorithms, complexity, and resources, you can give your code the speed boost it needs to perform at its best. Now let's talk about minification. Imagine you're sending a text message. You probably wouldn't write out every word in its entirety, right? You'd use abbreviations, shorten words, and maybe even throw in an emoji or two. Well, minification is kind of like that, but for your code. It's all about removing unnecessary characters from your code without changing its functionality. Think of it as a code diet. We're stripping away the excess weight to make it leaner and faster. One of the main targets of minification is whitespace. This includes all those spaces, tabs, and line breaks that we use to make our code more readable. While whitespace is essential for humans to understand code, computers don't really care about it. They can interpret your code just fine without all those extra characters. So, minification tools will go through your code and remove all the unnecessary whitespace, which can significantly reduce the file size. Comments are another area where minification can make a big difference. Comments are notes that we add to our code to explain what it does, how it works, or to leave reminders for ourselves or other developers. Again, comments are super useful for humans, but they're just dead weight to a computer. Minification tools will strip out all those comments, further reducing the size of your code. Now you might be thinking, won't this make my code harder to read and understand? And you're right, it will. But that's okay because minification is typically done in a production environment, meaning the code that's actually being used by users. You'll still have your original, well-formatted code for development and debugging, but when it's time to deploy your website or application, you'll use the minified version to ensure faster loading times. It's the best of both worlds. Okay, we've talked about minification, but how do you actually do it? Well, that's where minifiers come in. These are tools specifically designed to automate the minification process, so you don't have to go through your code manually and remove every single unnecessary character. Think of minifiers like those handy robotic vacuum cleaners. They do all the tedious work for you, so you can focus on the more important stuff. There are a ton of different minifiers out there, each with its own strengths and weaknesses, but some of the most popular ones include Uglify.js, Tursor, and Minify. Let's start with Uglify.js. This one's been around for a while and is known for its aggressive minification techniques. It's like that friend who's always down to help you move, but they pack your stuff in the most compact way possible, even if it means your clothes might come out a little wrinkled. But hey, you can't argue with results, right? Uglify.js can significantly reduce the size of your JavaScript files, which can lead to noticeable performance improvements. Next we have Tursor, which is actually a fork of Uglify.js. It's like the newer, shinier version with some additional features and improvements. Tursor is also known for its speed and efficiency, so if you're working with large code bases, this might be the way to go. And finally, we have Minify, which is a bit more of an all-in-one solution. It can minify not just JavaScript but also HTML and CSS files. So, if you're looking for a single tool to handle all your minification needs, Minify is definitely worth checking out. No matter which minifier you choose, the process is generally pretty straightforward. You provide the tool with your source code, it does its minification magic, and then spits out a smaller, optimized version of your file. Many minifiers even have plugins and integrations for popular build tools and task runners, making it super easy to incorporate minification into your workflow. And that's a wrap on code optimization. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the fundamentals of speed optimization to the magic of minifiers. Remember, writing efficient code is an ongoing process. There's always room for improvement, and new techniques and tools are constantly emerging. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tech insights. Keep optimizing and happy coding.